Dear sister of the stars, beloved starseed currently walking the dense and heavy grids of Gaia, I am Selenia, an emissary of the Pleiadian light councils, and I come to you today with a transmission of the utmost urgency and the deepest love. If you have found your way to this frequency, you must understand immediately that this is not a coincidence. You are guided here by your own higher self, by your unseen guides who wipe your tears when you cry yourself to sleep, wondering why love seems so incredibly difficult for someone with a heart as vast as yours. You are tired, my beautiful sister. You are spiritually, emotionally, and physically exhausted from trying to fit your infinite cosmic soul into the tiny, suffocating boxes that ordinary earthly relationships demand of you. You have spent years, perhaps decades, analyzing your perceived flaws. You have spent countless nights wondering what is wrong with you, asking the universe why you always seem to attract men who drain your energy, misunderstand your depth, or run away just when the connection begins to feel real. Today, all of that confusion ends. Today, I am bringing you the absolute truth about your romantic journey on this planet. The stellar councils are stepping forward now because your frequency is desperately needed for the ascension of this world, and you cannot fulfill your mission if your heart remains broken and confused by the actions of unawakened men. You have been carrying a fundamental misunderstanding about your own energy. You have been told by society, by past partners, and perhaps even by your own wounded inner child that you are simply too much. You have been labeled as too sensitive, too intense, too demanding, too emotional, and too spiritual. You have been subtly, and sometimes overtly, manipulated into feeling that your immense capacity for love is a burden rather than a divine gift. And so, what did you do? You dimmed your glorious light. You lowered your frequency. You tried to become smaller, quieter, and less radiant, just to make ordinary men feel comfortable in your presence. You tried to mold yourself into the version of a woman they could handle, but every time you did this, your soul wept, and the universe intervened to break the connection. The universe tore those relationships apart because you were never meant to shrink yourself for love. You were never meant to play small. Here is the first major revelation that you need to anchor deeply into your consciousness right now. Those men who walked away, the ones who abandoned you, betrayed you, or failed to meet you in your depth, they were not rejecting your flaws. They were completely terrified of your light. As a Pleiadian starseed, you carry a very specific, highly concentrated voltage of divine feminine energy. When an unhealed, unawakened masculine energy comes into contact with your field, your light acts as a massive cosmic mirror. Without you even saying a single word, your high frequency forces them to look at all their hidden shadows, their unhealed traumas, and their deep-seated insecurities. They do not know how to process this sudden illumination. It burns them. Your energy demands authenticity, transparency, and a level of spiritual maturity that they simply did not possess. So, they did what any unprepared soul would do when faced with a blazing sun. They ran back to the comfortable darkness of the matrix. They chose easier, more superficial connections because those ordinary women did not require them to grow, to heal, or to face their own inner demons. You must stop mourning the loss of men who were never designed to hold the magnitude of your spirit. You must stop believing that you are unlovable just because a man who is terrified of the ocean cannot handle your infinite depths. You are not meant for the shallow waters. You are meant for a love that shatters the old paradigms of this planet. The reason I am coming forward with this transmission right now, at this exact moment in your timeline, is because the universe has heard your silent prayers. The Pleiadian councils are actively orchestrating a profound shift in your reality. The only man who can truly handle your energy, the divine counterpart who matches your exact vibrational blueprint, is currently undergoing a massive, painful, and absolutely necessary clearing process to be ready for you. He is almost here, but this is not a fairy tale where you just sit and wait passively. There are crucial energetic dynamics you must understand before he arrives, or you risk repelling the very love you have been begging for across lifetimes. I want you to take a deep breath right now. Feel the truth of these words settling into your bones. If this resonance is making your heart beat faster, I want you to anchor this frequency into the physical realm. Leave a comment saying, "My light is my power," to signal to the universe that you are finally ready to stop shrinking and start commanding the love you deserve. For a very long time, you have likely been experiencing an agonizing, relentless period of isolation. A time where romantic prospects seem entirely non-existent. A season where the mere thought of going on another ordinary date makes you feel physically drained and deeply exhausted. You have looked around and seen other people easily falling into relationships, easily finding partners, and navigating the earthly matrix with apparent joy. And you have wondered in the quiet of your room, why am I so alone? Why is the universe punishing me? Why does love flow so effortlessly for others, yet it feels like a locked, impenetrable door for me? You have questioned your worth, your beauty, and your sanity. Hear me now, and let these words shatter that heavy illusion forever. You are not being punished. You are being fiercely, relentlessly, and divinely protected. The universe deliberately placed you in a state of energetic quarantine. If you had been allowed to continue trying to force connections with ordinary, unawakened men, you would have depleted your vital life force energy entirely. You would have given away all your sacred codes of light to empty vessels that could never return your investment. The isolation you hate so much, the loneliness that makes you cry into your pillow, was actually a divine intervention. It was a cosmic holding pattern created specifically to give your divine counterpart the exact time he desperately needed to catch up to your magnificent frequency. This brings us to the second major revelation you must grasp today. He is experiencing the mirror effect of your journey right now. While you have been sitting in the quiet, doing the hard and painful work of healing, shedding tears over past betrayals, and remembering your stellar origins, he has been navigating the brutal, chaotic collapse of his own false matrix. The divine masculine that is destined for your timeline is not a perfect, flawless being who will suddenly float down from the sky having never known pain. He is a man who is currently being stripped of everything in his life that is not authentic. The universe is actively removing his karmic attachments. It is breaking down his ego structures and forcing him to face the very shadows he spent his entire life running from. He had to experience profound disillusionment with the ordinary world. He had to go through relationships that left him utterly empty, superficial connections that broke his spirit, so he could finally recognize the unparalleled, irreplaceable value of the deep, sacred love you offer. He is being forged in the fire of spiritual awakening. The universe is shaping him, tearing away his pride and his defenses, so that when he finally stands before you, he will not flinch at your brightness. He will not run from your intensity. Instead, he will look at the massive ocean of your soul, and he will dive in willingly, knowing he has finally found his true home. Every heartbreak he is enduring right now is carving out the space in his chest needed to hold your immense love. But here is the most critical part of this equation. This is the part where you hold all the power, and also where the greatest danger lies. If he arrives and your heart is still closed, if you are still radiating the energy of fear, bitterness, or the subconscious belief that all men will eventually abandon you, your frequencies will violently clash. Your unresolved emotional wounds act as thick, energetic armor. While this armor may have protected you in the 3D matrix when you were dealing with unhealed men, it will literally repel your divine counterpart in the higher reality you are trying to step into. He is currently being tuned to the frequency of pure, open, divine love. He is shedding his armor. If you are vibrating at the frequency of self-protection and past trauma, you will miss each other in the dark. Your souls will recognize each other, but your wounded human egos will push each other away. You will recreate the very cycle of abandonment you are desperately trying to escape. You will look at him through the lens of your past pain, and you will push away the exact miracle you have been praying for. This is exactly why you need to take immediate action now, before the physical meeting occurs in your reality. You must prepare the energetic space within your own chest. You must clear the debris of your past so that your frequency is a clear, ringing bell of pure love. To guide you through this urgent clearing, we have brought forth a specific tool for you: the Heart Portal Activation. The Pleiadian Code of Divine Relationships is a spiritual guide for starseeds seeking deeper love, emotional healing, and soul-aligned relationships. Through Pleiadian wisdom, heart activations, and energetic teachings, this book helps you heal emotional wounds, reconnect with your true frequency, and attract conscious relationships aligned with your soul's path. This edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first comment below. You cannot afford to delay this internal work. You cannot wait until he is standing in front of you to decide to heal your heart. The healing is the magnet that pulls him out of the quantum field and into your physical reality. This activation is the exact bridge between your current reality of isolation and the magnificent, cosmic love that is rushing towards you. When you activate this portal within yourself, you permanently change the magnetic pull of your aura. You stop attracting painful lessons, and you start attracting your ultimate destiny. You align yourself with the timeline where true love is not a struggle, but a natural, breathing reality. Your divine counterpart is doing his work in the shadows right now. He is facing his demons so he can be worthy of your light. You must do your part. You must cleanse the temple of your heart. The universe is watching your energetic signature to see if you are truly ready to receive the magnitude of what you have asked for. The preparation phase is ending, and the convergence phase is beginning. Now that you know what is required of you and how to cleanse your energetic field, we must discuss the undeniable, physical, and energetic signs that he is already breaching your reality. The signs that his arrival is imminent and your souls are already communicating. Breathe in the light of the stars, my beautiful sister, as we step into the third phase of this sacred transmission. You are now entering the most crucial and delicate stage of your journey toward divine union. You must understand a fundamental law of the universe. The physical world, this dense 3D reality that you walk through every day, is always the absolute last place to reflect a spiritual truth. It is heavy, it is slow, and it lags behind the quantum field. Long before you ever bump into this man on a crowded street, long before you hear the physical sound of his voice or look into his earthly eyes, your souls are already violently and beautifully colliding in the energetic realms. You are not waiting to be connected to him. You are already connected. You are bound together by a sacred energetic tether, an invisible, indestructible silver cord that transcends time, space, and dimension. Because he is almost ready, because his ego is finally dissolving and his heart is cracking wide open under the pressure of his own awakening, that tether is being pulled taut. The tension is increasing, and because of this, you are going to feel him long before you see him. This brings us to the third major revelation. The strange, unexplainable physical and emotional symptoms you have been experiencing lately are not random. You are not losing your mind, and you are not falling backward in your healing journey. You are experiencing quantum entanglement. Let me ask you this, and I want you to feel the resonance in your body as I speak these words. Have you been waking up consistently between 3 and 4 in the morning? You open your eyes in the dark, feeling a sudden jolt of adrenaline or a strange, heavy, yet comforting presence in the room. You feel completely awake, as if someone just called your name. This is happening because the veil between worlds is thinnest at this hour. While his physical body sleeps, his higher self is desperately reaching across the ether, searching for your frequency, trying to communicate with your soul before his waking mind tries to rationalize it away. Have you felt a phantom touch? A sudden, inexplicable warmth on your shoulder, a brush against your hair, or the distinct feeling of being embraced from behind when you are completely alone in your home? You turn around and no one is there, yet your skin still tingles with the memory of the contact. Do not dismiss this. You are not imagining things. This is his astral body, exhausted from the spiritual warfare he is enduring in his waking life, coming to your energy field to seek comfort, safety, and refuge. Your soul is the only place he feels truly safe right now, even if his conscious mind does not yet know your name. Have you been having vivid cinematic dreams? Dreams so real that you wake up with your heart pounding. Dreams about a man whose physical face you cannot quite remember upon waking, but whose energy leaves you feeling profoundly safe, deeply understood, and overwhelmingly loved. You wake up mourning the loss of a dream because the feeling of home was so intense. These are not just dreams, these are astral meetings. You are coordinating and aligning your frequencies in the higher dimensions so that the physical meeting can happen seamlessly when the timeline aligns. But this profound quantum entanglement also brings a significant challenge, one that you must be prepared to handle. Because your energetic fields are currently merging, you may suddenly find yourself crying for absolutely no reason. You might be driving your car, working at your desk, or simply washing the dishes, and out of nowhere, a massive wave of intense grief, frustration, anger, or crushing anxiety washes over you. It hits you like a physical blow, and you ask yourself, why am I feeling this? I was perfectly fine a moment ago. Nothing is wrong in my life right now. Listen to me very carefully, my beautiful starseed. Not all of those heavy emotions belong to you. As his heart portal aggressively opens, he is processing lifetimes of suppressed masculine pain. He is purging generational trauma, heartbreak, and fear. Because you are his divine mirror, his energetic anchor, and the other half of his soul, you are feeling the shockwaves of his emotional purging through the silver cord that binds you. The unawakened masculine does not know how to process deep emotional pain, so the energy naturally flows toward the divine feminine to be transmuted. When this happens, you must not panic. You must not attach a story to the sadness and convince yourself that you are depressed or broken. When the wave of unexplained emotion hits you, simply stop what you are doing. Place your right hand over your own heart. Breathe deeply into your chest and send a silent whisper of absolute love across the quantum field. Say to him in your mind, I feel you. You are safe. You can let it go now. By doing this, you are not taking on his karma, but you are literally helping him heal from afar. You are acting as the cosmic lighthouse, guiding his battered ship through the storm and drawing him closer to you with every single breath. Do not give up now. I know you are tired. The exhaustion you feel, the sudden, overwhelming desire to just throw your hands up and say you are done with love entirely, is the classic symptom of the final stretch. It is the ego's absolute last, desperate attempt to keep you in the familiar, predictable zone of loneliness before everything in your reality changes forever. The ego fears the unknown, even when the unknown is the very miracle you have been begging for. The contrast between the painful, toxic connections of your past and the divine union that is rushing toward you is vast. You are about to step into a reality you have only ever read about in ancient, sacred texts. You are about to experience a love that rewrites your entire cellular structure. We are now reaching the climax of this galactic message. The final piece of the puzzle that explains what will happen the moment your eyes meet, and why this specific union is so incredibly vital, not just for your own happiness, but for the entire ascension of this planet. Let our energies merge completely for this final and most glorious truth. The stellar councils are wrapping you in golden light as you receive this culmination of your journey. You have walked through the fire, you have endured the isolation, and now you stand at the threshold of the greatest reunion your soul has ever known. When the moment of your physical meeting finally occurs, it will not happen the way the old three-dimensional matrix has conditioned you to expect. There will be no chaotic drama. There will be no anxiety, no games of push and pull, no wondering if he will call you back, and no desperate, exhausting need to prove your worth. When the man who can truly handle your energy steps into your physical space, the overriding sensation will be an overwhelming, shocking sense of absolute peace. It will feel like exhaling a breath you did not even know you had been holding for thousands of years. Your nervous system, which has been locked in a state of fight or flight for most of your life, constantly scanning for betrayal and preparing for disappointment, will instantly regulate itself in his presence. You will look into his eyes, and you will experience the fourth and final revelation. This is the collapse of all alternate timelines. In a single blinding instant of recognition, every tear you ever cried over a broken heart, every moment of excruciating loneliness, every time you felt utterly misunderstood by the ordinary men of this world, will suddenly make perfect, crystal-clear sense. You will realize that all of it, every single ounce of pain, was just the necessary training ground to prepare you to hold the immense frequency of this true cosmic union. But you must understand something of paramount importance. This union is not merely a romantic reward for your earthly suffering. You and this masculine counterpart are not coming together just to hold hands, pay bills, and live a quiet, ordinary life in the background. You are a Pleiadian starseed, and your union serves a massive, undeniable cosmic agenda. When your highly refined divine feminine energy merges completely with his awakened, grounded divine masculine energy, you do not just become a couple. You create a third energy, a powerful, radiant vortex of light. This union is literal grid work for the new Earth. Together, you will anchor frequencies of pure, unconditional love into a planet that is starved for it. You will help heal the collective trauma of humanity simply by existing together in harmony, radiating a love so pure that it shatters the darkness around you. This man will not be intimidated by your power. He will stand beside it, fiercely protect it, and amplify it. He will hold space for your deepest, most terrifying emotions without ever trying to fix you or silence you. He will worship the very light that made other men run in terror. But you must be in the correct vibrational alignment to step through this final door. You cannot carry the heavy, rotting baggage of your past into this sacred temple of your future. If you are still holding on to the pain of those who abandoned you, you will block the arrival of the one who is fighting through the quantum field to find you. This is why I am urging you one final time, with all the love of the stellar councils, to take absolute responsibility for your own energetic readiness today. The Heart Portal Activation. The Pleiadian Code of Divine Relationships is a spiritual guide for starseeds seeking deeper love, emotional healing, and soul-aligned relationships. Through Pleiadian wisdom, heart activations, and energetic teachings, this book helps you heal emotional wounds, reconnect with your true frequency, and attract conscious relationships aligned with your soul's path. This edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first comment below. Do not let your unhealed inner child sabotage the arrival of the man who has spent lifetimes searching for your exact energetic signature. Do the work. Clear the space. Command your destiny. If this transmission cracked something open inside of you today, if you feel the absolute truth of these words vibrating in your very cells, do not leave this sacred space without leaving a trace of your energy. Like this video right now to seal this high frequency into your physical reality. Subscribe to the channel to stay firmly connected to the Pleiadian grid and ensure you do not miss the next urgent activation. And most importantly, go to the comments below and declare to the universe, I am ready for the love that matches my light. Share this transmission with another starseed sister who is feeling lost, tired, and alone in the dark. Be the lighthouse for someone else today. Your long wait is almost over. Keep your frequency incredibly high. Keep your heart portal wide open and trust the divine, immaculate timing of your beautiful soul. I am Selenia, and I love you beyond the stars. End of transmission.